Everyone. Thanks so much for joining me. This is Gabrielle Lichtern, founder of Hormonology, creator of the Hormone Horoscope Menstrual Cycle Tracker apps, and author of 28 Days, What Your Cycle Reveals about your moods, health, and potential, available at Amazon in ebook and paperback. Thanks for joining me for another hormonology tip. It might be a little noisy in the background. All my neighbors have collectively decided to cut down all their trees and do all their yard work at the same time now. So we'll just try to power through. So speaking of powering through, I want to talk to you today about the best time in your cycle to start a new healthy habit, such as an exercise regimen or eating nutritious foods, or to break an unhealthy habit, such as smoking or eating junk foods. There is a time in your menstrual cycle that is optimal for adopting a new healthy habit or breaking a bad habit. And that's because this span of time, these days in your cycle, help boost your success. So let me explain. So the magic time in your cycle when you'll tend to be more successful when starting a new habit that's healthy or breaking a bad habit is day 4, which is 4 days after your period starts, because day 1 is the start of your period. So day 4 through ovulation. So that's most of the first half of your cycle, because ovulation, as you may know, is somewhere in the middle of your cycle. So day 4 through ovulation are the best days in your cycle to adopt a new healthy habit or quit a bad habit. And I will explain why. There's one good reason. Rising estrogen. Estrogen rises and rises throughout the first half of your cycle. And from day 4 through ovulation, it's an elevated level and rising. And when that happens, this hormone is filling you with more willpower than you have during the rest of your cycle. Now, you know when you start a new healthy habit or you break a bad habit, how important it is to have willpower. Well, research shows that our willpower is weaker during the second half of our cycle, the day after ovulation through the day before your next period, and especially during your premenstrual phase, and that's due to plunging estrogen. But during most of the first half of your cycle, estrogen is rising and it's boosting willpower. So this is a time when you want to capitalize on this hormonal benefit and start a new healthy habit and break a bad habit. Now, it's not just willpower that estrogen is revving on these days. Estrogen also boosts your confidence, your optimism, your mood, your resilience. These are all traits that help you move forward to continue a healthy habit or to continue resisting a bad habit. So you know that when you start a healthy habit, you might be really gung-ho at first. Say you start a new exercise regimen and it seems really great the first day, the second day, the third day. It could get a little boring or you're a little achy. And you need that extra push, that extra motivation to keep going because it's a new habit. And when anything is new, when any habit is new, that's a healthy habit, it takes a little bit more effort to keep at it. You have to keep pushing yourself and pushing yourself to make it an actual habit. So when your mood is revved and your energy is revved and your confidence is revved and your optimism that this new healthy habit, that this exercise regimen, that this new eating regimen, that, whatever else, this new meditation regimen will have benefits. When you're optimistic that the benefits are going to pay off, you're more likely to continue doing it. You have that motivation. So rising estrogen helps with willpower and motivation, but it also does something else. Research shows that during the first half of your cycle, you have fewer withdrawal symptoms related to breaking a bad habit or starting a new habit that may have a few aches and pains. For instance, if you're a couch potato who just started an exercise regimen, then you know that there can be some aches and pains when you first get started because it's so new and your body is adjusting, your muscles are adjusting, your joints are adjusting. But the great news is that during the first half of your cycle, as estrogen rises, it reduces the sensitivity to aches and pains. On top of that, it reduces withdrawal symptoms. So, say you're quitting smoking or you're quitting junk food, which is addictive. The withdrawal symptoms, such as irritability and sleeplessness, are reduced during the first half of your cycle compared to the second half, which means it'll be easier to stick to your new regimen. You'll be able to resist temptation. You'll be able to resist the coffee or resist the junk food or resist, the sugar or resist sitting and watching TV rather than exercising. You will feel better. You will have more motivation. You'll have more optimism during most of the first half of your cycle. Day 4 through ovulation, that's the sweet spot to start a new healthy habit or start quitting a bad habit. Now, I recommend starting as soon as day 4 hits, because then you'll have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way to ovulation to make that healthy habit stick, to reinforce it day after day after day after day. Because the more you do it, the more automatic it becomes, the more it becomes a habit that you just follow. Now, I have followed this tip myself many, many times. Um, One particular time that I do it is when I overdo it on caffeine. Now, I'm a tea drinker and I love my tea, and tea has a lot of health benefits, but everything in moderation. So sometimes I can go a little bit too much with the tea. And when I realize I'm drinking 8, 9, 10 cups a day and I have to, pull it back, I say, okay, day 4, I'm going to start cutting back. Day 5, cut back even more, and so on. Because I know that the withdrawal symptoms during that phase of my cycle, when estrogen is rising, are going to be less bothersome than if I tried to stop drinking tea during the second half of my cycle. Now I've gotten myself down to a very healthy 2 to 3 cups a day, which is my sweet spot. But I use that tip every time I get a little bit out of bounds with a bad habit to get myself back in. And it works like a charm. I mean, why wouldn't it? You have the hormonal winds at your back, making things easier by boosting motivation, reducing withdrawal symptoms, reducing aches and pains, and boosting willpower. So I hope you use this tip yourself the next time you want to adopt a new healthy habit or break an unhealthy habit. And if you do use it, please let me know how it works. Share it in the comments section or email me at gabrielle@myhormonology.com. And if you have any questions about how your hormones impact you every day of your cycle, visit my website, myhormonology.com, or write to me, and I'd be happy to answer. Also, of course, pick up my apps, the Hormone Horoscope Menstrual Cycle Tracker apps, and my new book, 28 Days, What Your Cycle Reveals About Your Moods, Health, and Potential. It's available at Amazon in ebook and obviously paperback. And it's really my favorite hormonology tool because it's just so comprehensive. It has so much information in it, but it's written in a way that's easy to access the information. You want to know about money on day 14? Boom. It's right there. There's money in day 14. You want to know about mood. You want to know about libido. You want to know about your health. You just go to the day you're on in your cycle and go to the category. It's as easy as that. I love this book. Can you tell? I'm always raving about this book. I really love it. All right. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, till next time. Thanks so much for watching.